What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play here on the Bedrock edition. Now, we're back over on the Windows 10 version, mainly because I prefer the textures on it at the moment, and it tends to run a little bit smoother than it is on the Xbox in this area. But as you can see, I've actually gone ahead and began laying out all the pathways. At the moment, they're just basic gravel, so it sort of runs off that way over to our man cave, and then we've got another pathway which leads over to here. Now, I've already gone ahead and built one of our houses off camera. Now, the plan with is each of these buildings that I'm going to be throwing up is I want them to actually serve some sort of function. So I actually want them to be useful rather than just to fill out the area. But I thought I'd throw up the first one, and I think it's come out looking fairly decent. I've gone for like a pretty traditional sort of Tudor style build. First of all, I just started out with the framework of the dark oak, and then done the concrete powder and wall for the top sections, just to add a little bit of colour. And then the sort of standard arch roofway. I got a little bit stuck doing the attic, and I tried about 5 different sort of variations of what to do at the top section there. I ended up just throwing up a window. But yeah, I don't think it looks too bad compared to my first 2 attempts at building a house. But there's a couple of plans that I want to do for this house, and one of them's for there, which is going to be a horse swapping stables. Now, I know that you don't see me using the horses at all, but I tend to use the mules quite a lot for harvesting the dark oak wood. They're extremely handy and extremely useful at gathering that wood. But for right now, I'm trying to remember what it is I'm actually looking for. We want some hoppers, and we also want some chests. Have we got any? Yes, we do. And some packed ice. Have we got any more packed ice anywhere? Yep, we do. And then we might as well grab some ice, because we're going to need some water. And we're also going to need, say, stack of you, and have we got a dispenser in here? Things look ever so slightly different in this texture pack, so I need to get back used to using it. So we've got a dispenser. Now this first building, I've just gone for like an arched doorway, and I've just filled it in with trapdoors and dark oak wood doors, so it just makes it look like an arched doorway, but it's not really functional as an arched one. Now, with the pathways, they look very bland and basic at the moment because it is literally just gravel. But what I'm planning on doing is mixing in a load of different block types, like normal cobblestone, maybe some stone bricks. And I also want to use some mossy cobblestone. But we have no functional sort of vine farms, so I've got no way of getting them. So I thought that we might as well utilise this building, considering that it's completely just an empty shell at the moment. Might as well utilise it and make it into a vine farm, which I was thinking. So break away all of these edge pieces. Thank you. And we're going to want to take this edge down. Oh, there we go. Do something like that, and then where do we want it? Say break that one, break that one. Let's get rid of you, and you. We'll throw a double chest in here. Oh, I said there, and then a hopper, and then have we got our packed ice. Nice. Then we sort of wrap this around and then do a water stream going around. If not really, come on, guy. There's one thing that I'm not liking. Since the update, this area's got quite laggy. So placing blocks and building is becoming a bit of a chore, to be honest with you. What if we just wrap this around, see? So it sort of like tries to place it and then it will just stop. And it gets really annoying. Okay, if we just place one at a time, I think that works. Then we're going to want some water streams just going around the side. If we do one, say there, one just over there, where are they going to stop? Have we got any half slabs? You know what? I think this middle section's half slab, so if we break one of you, So grab normal wood, and then we'll use these two half slabs just to break up the streams either side, and then another ice block, and then another ice block there. So then that will flow around to our hopper, and then we're going to want to actually stop this water from rushing in. So how about a couple of trapdoors? Can we get them? Yeah, we can. Let's just see if this stops the water from running across. Yeah, it does. We just have a couple of trapdoors there. So what else? We need some vines, and we also want somewhere to put some shears. So if we just say bust out another little hole in the center here, let's grab a dispenser, throw that down, and then oh no, didn't want that on my hotbar. Let's grab our button and shift place, and then we can fill that with some shears. But we're also going to need some vines, and I'm hoping that we've got some nearby because they randomly grow on trees. There we go. Grab you guys. And have we got any more? I can't seem to see any more. Any vines anywhere, please? I can't seem to see any. But what we'll do is that we'll just place these, and then these can start growing whilst I'm building what I also want to build. So if we just place them going along there, they should grow down and then hopefully spread across. I'm hoping they don't spread upwards though. That's the thing that I'm worried about. But I don't think they will spread over the sort of border that we've got there. And then the rest of our shears we can just throw into our dispenser. So then we can come past and harvest these when they're done. But that's pretty much just that one quick simple little farm in there. The next thing I want to build is a horse swapper, and the one that I've sort of tested out and built is I'm able to fit 2 of them into this space. So we'll have 2 horses that can then be swapped out for our mules. But I'm going to have to build this backwards from the way that I've designed it in my redstone test world. So let me just clear out this little area here, and then I'll bring you back. Alright then guys, so I've managed to clear out a fairly decent sized area which is not lit up at all. So, can I have a torch there please? Thank you. There we go. Now the plan is to have a 4x2 section that sort of opens and closes up, which will then switch the bottom mules for the horses that we're going to have up top, just so that we could cycle between them, and it's extra storage for our actual horses, because at the moment they're sort of just building up over next to our man cave entrance, and yeah, it's sort of getting a little bit overcrowded over there. So we say have 4 there, and then we are going to want, let me see, I want 1, 2, 3, 4. So our next line is going to be on the back of that one, like that. Can we angle these so we can get to them? 2, 3, and then a 4. Get rid of these slime blocks. Thank you. And then we're going to want 4 facing the other way. And then we're going to want 4 on this side. That's not looking too bad. And then 4 down here. We're going to want 1 sticky piston there. 1 about here. I really better sleep, otherwise I'm just going to get absolutely lynched by creepers in a second. Whenever I start building outside, it gets to night time and I get jumped by creepers constantly. So hopefully we can sleep quickly. And we're awake. I forgot that I had to put my other guy into Sleep as well, he's somewhere over that direction. But let me just make sure that that's all lined up correctly. I'm not too sure if this one is or not. Yeah, it should be. That should be fine. So then we should have 1, 2. I said 2. And that. And then we should have the same on this one. Thank you. Okay, so that's pretty much the sort of sticky pistons and whatnot in place. We're also going to want some immovable blocks, which I completely forgot about, and the cheapest ones around here are probably going to be some leaves. So let's quickly grab some shears. Got a bunch of random oak trees. Now I'm planning on doing some custom trees around here, and these ones I just sort of like threw about just to see how it would look a little bit better if we had a load of greenery in the area. Yep, said that correctly. Come on, can I pick these up? Thank you. Let's grab some more just in case. Nice. Thank you. So, let me have a look here. We're also going to want a way of actually switching this on and off. So, have we got any stone bricks on us? Yeah, we do. Wow, I just took off my boots instead of putting them on my hotbar. There we go. So, we're probably going to want a way of switching them from this block here, which means we're then going to want that there with, say, an observer facing into it. Is that correct? That is so not right, is it? We do that, and then we get an observer. We could then break that observer there, and then we should just be able to use a sort of on-off lever system to switch this. So if we then get a lever lever, place it on there, grab some redstone dust and place it on top of that one. So then when we send that, that will just send one signal, and then this will send a pulse. So thank you, block. And then that can then go to our redstone dust with a repeater, like so. And then we're probably going to have to run redstone dust up to the top sections as well. I'm probably going to have to push this wall one out because I'm going to have redstone dust running along the top of these pistons, which is a little bit annoying, but it can't be helped, unfortunately. If we hop along here, say run these along here, and all of these can then run off of a redstone torch tower out the back. I've got a really bad feeling that there's now water behind here. Please don't be water, please don't be water. Okay, no, we've got one block leeway before we get to the inside of that building. Thank God. Let's grab our redstone dust on us. Then we've got to do that. If it'll place anytime today. Thank you. And then redstone dust on all of these guys. And then redstone dust running around to here. And then we're going to want all of these on the on position, obviously, because we're going to want these closed until it's been activated for them to be swapped. And we have no redstone torches on us. Great. Let's head over to our redstone chests, see if we've got any in here. Nope. And we've got a few. That's right, for some reason we've got about 5 stacks of levers, but barely any redstone torches, so do a couple of them. They should all be active. And then what should happen is that when we send the signal down to there, that repeater will then get activated. So if we switch that, yep, that gets activated. We're definitely going to have to extend that signal though. And then that should then send the signal up to the redstone torch towers, opening that at the same time, kicking this up, so then one will get knocked up while the other one gets to fall down. And hopefully it should all work out. I just got to sort out the timing. So I'm going to I'm going to run the redstone torch tower up the back here, and then sort of get the timings all into sync, and then box these slime blocks off with leaf blocks, because there's no point doing all of that on camera. It's a little bit just tedious, but yeah, I'm going to crack on with that, and I'll bring you back hopefully with it working in some sort of way. Alright then guys, so I think I've managed to get the majority of the redstone all done and dusted. So we've got a line going to a redstone torch tower at the back, which is then deactivating these pistons at the same time that the slime block's coming up. I'm not 100% sure on the timings of it. I'm a little bit worried that I may end up crushing and killing one of our horses, because yeah, it's a little bit iffy. They both got to shoot at like the exact same sort of time. And running redstone torch towers, they can tend to be a little bit unpredictable at times, but so far it looks alright. But I guess we won't know until we've got some horses in, but I can't actually get horses in until I've sort of decorated it. Now I'm going to leave a little hatchway here for me to mess about with the timings if I need to, but oh great, it's raining. What I am going to do is crack on and get the sort of cosmetics done, box them in, so then I can actually give it a test. Because if I try to test it now, it's the horses are just going to walk out and run away. But I need to get the first two horses or mules into the bottom sections now anyway, ready to be swapped over, and fingers crossed. So I'll bring you back once the cosmetics done and we can give it a go. Alright then guys, so I've sort of worked on it a little bit. I've got it looking semi sort of decent. I'm quite happy with the podzol as the ground covering for the stables, but I'm not sure if I'm meant to bring the facade, like the front face, forward by one, because these blocks are actually going to be opening up as well, and if the mule that's underneath comes up into that block, I'm not sure if he'll take suffocation damage from this trapdoor. But yeah, I didn't really want to bring the facade forward anymore, but this is going to be our first test of it, so fingers crossed no one dies. See if it works. Okay, so we've got a mule on the left, but the horse on the right didn't drop down for some strange reason, so we're going to have to take one of these guys out if he stops jumping. Let's do a quick switch. Okay, it seems, I'm not sure if that's like lag or what's going on there, but we need it to be consistent, so I may have to adjust the timings. Okay, so they're coming up fine. Let's grab you. Switch it again. There's our other mule. And then we can put you back in. Because we want them both like to swap at the same time. It's getting to night time, so we'll better sleep just in case. And then when we sleep, guaranteed our horses are going to go wandering off. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Thank you. And now it's nice and bright again. Let's have a quick look. Horses. One of our horses bolted somewhere. He's just around that one. So both of you two go down now, please. Oh yeah, see, that's what I thought might happen. We're gonna have to move this front facade forward because they're not dropping down because of the trapdoors. So if we then put you there, and we're gonna need an axe on us. You. Break you. And then I need this one brought forward as well. I wasn't sure whether to do the front facade out of the stripped bark wood or the normal, because I think if I do it in the normal one, it's a little bit too much of the dark oak wood. Or I could use like stone pillars, I've done like an indented stone thing going on the inside, but yeah, as for the cosmetic look of it, I'm not 100% settled on it at the moment. As you can probably tell, it's like half done, and the building's actually a lot taller than what I needed it to be. But that's because I was planning on having the slime blocks on this level and then switching the ones from the top, which is how comes I built it in a way that I had more than enough room above. So, see, that's what's going to happen. If they move forward, they're still going to get caught on the trapdoor. So, I don't think we can have a trapdoor, or I think, yeah, I think we may actually need to have like a solid block there. Can we nudge you back? So I don't think that he can move forward anymore, but this guy is actually in the hitbox of this now, so if we do that, and then they should both go down, hopefully. Nope. Okay, so the front ones aren't getting pulled back, which is a bit of an issue, which is how comes they're not falling. Is there? I don't think there's a way up to that wiring. Let me come up here. Need to get to the wiring back here. So it's these pistons that I don't. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So the front ones are just for decoration, which is how comes we don't want them there at all. Which means we can move this entire thing back. Let's budge this back by 1. And then hopefully the trapdoors along with the block should actually stop them. So let's get rid of you, and you. And then we're going to want to make sure that they're both falling down at the same time. So let's bring this guy back up. No. Okay. New. Actually, we want you to stay in there. I'm not sure how comes I can just ride them out, but they don't seem to be able to just walk out. Well, I'm not jumping there to get him in and out of that, but can it? They don't appear to be able to, so... Okay, so they've both dropped down now. Let's get our horses in place. And where's number 2? Where have you gone? Wow, he's ventured off far. I think this guy might be one of our good guys because he's got a lot of health. No, it's the other horse that's got decent health. I actually want to get round to breed them because the one that I've got in my nether that I'm travelling around on, he's like ridiculously quick, but he hasn't got the greatest of health. Yeah, even I can jump above that. I didn't realise you jump more than 1 block high, but hopefully these guys can't wander out. They don't seem to be. So let's get rid of you so we can see what's going on. Fingers crossed, test number 42, I think. Okay, that looked like it worked fine. A little bit lag, but they've both switched out alright. Let's give it another go. And then the horses come up. Now we need it to be consistent, so we need one of them to sort of be facing towards the front, just to make sure that they're not getting caught on that trapdoor bit. Come on. And I can't just like ride him to the front, otherwise he'll just walk straight over it. But give it another go. Lag spike. Yeah, so even with the lag spike, it seems to sort of level itself out. Oh no, we've got a mishap on the left. They've both dropped down. And now they've both jumped up. Awesome. So we're going to want the horse. Swap them back around. Get you. I don't know why he didn't fall then. Let's try again. It's about 90% consistent. Yeah, I think once they fix this lag that they've introduced since the last update, it should be working 100% fine. Whoa, that one actually threw him all the way up, so I'm definitely going to have to put some sort of covering up here. But yeah, I don't think it's working out too bad actually. Let's give it another go. Nice, discreet. Let's fill in this gap here. We're going to want a trapdoor just here for maintenance. Okay, do that. And then I'm thinking that we do actually take these up. So let's just do like so. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that actually. Let's quickly grab them back. Well, let me have a tinker around with the cosmetics of here. I still need to do something on this left hand side, and I'll bring you back once all of that's done. Alright then guys, I've pretty much finished up here now. I've been testing it on and off camera, and it is still working about 95% of the time, except for when we get them really bad lag spikes. Now I've gone and just roofed it off, so we've still got quite a lot of room up in the top bit there that's not being used for anything. We've got some glowstone there in to light it all up, and we give it a little switch. Hopefully it all works alright. Yep, and then they switch out for our mules, which I tend to use quite a lot because they've got extra storage for harvesting the wood. On this side here, I've sort of just covered up the redstone with some dirt, letting the grass grow on top, put a couple of little fake bushes on there, and just gonna bone mill it and see what happens. We could probably bone mill this area a little bit, brighten it up. Do some of that. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. And I still need to do a pathway actually leading to the house front doors there. But other than that, I think our horse switcher is pretty nice at the moment. Well, lag spike. And yeah, it still worked fine there, as they were sort of in motion when the lag spike hit, but I'm quite happy with it, and now we've got storage for 4 of our horses. I'm planning on doing one of these storages for our nether. I'm planning on using the skelly horses to get about in my nether. So I'll want to have like horse stables at each of our portals and set up the portals correctly. But that's all work for another day. Let's see how these vines are doing. Okay, they are growing a bit and they're not spreading upwards, which was the hope and dreams. But let's grab these and let's just harvest some of these vines. Let's see if they go all the way around. The ones that don't, we can just pick up. Did any of them go round? Yeah, some of them did. Grab them, throw them up on the wall at the top to carry on growing. So, like so. And that job is a good one. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me today. It's a couple of different little bits and pieces we got done. We got our first house built in what is going to be essentially our town above our man cave. I'm still going to be carrying on work going downwards in the man cave, but I thought it might be nice to work on the surface and get some buildings up and sort of get the pathways done. Now I am going to hopefully make quite a bit of progress off camera on the pathways once these vines have grown and I've got the blocks necessary to do so. I'm also probably going to give a crack at a couple of custom trees out in this area, because the standard vanilla trees, as you can see, they're extremely boring, so I don't really like them all that much. But yeah, for today, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Bye bye.